Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Monday, January 12th, 2015. Okay, Friday's announcements. The big one, of course, was the jobless report. I think that's probably might just be the only one. And that one pretty much was in line. Some slight weakness or softness, I believe that's the way they put it, the word that they use to describe the report. That's all I can say about that. It didn't do anything good for the market, but I don't know exactly really why things happen the way that they do every day, or why the market responded the way that it did on Friday. I just don't know. I just go along with the game. For today, nothing. Tomorrow, just a couple of reports, and pretty busy Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we get kind of busy into the end of the week. The first couple of days are pretty quiet, so I think enjoy them as much as you can. Okay, let's take a look across the ponds. Asia, bullish. Europe, very bullish. And US, bullish. Pretty much across the board here. Gold is at 1220. That's good. It's creeping up nicely, and I did my roll on that call on Friday on GLD. We'll take a peek at that. Oil is 47.16, down quite a bit overnight, 2.5%, kind of big. And the dollar's at 92.48. I think it was higher than that, wasn't it? I mean, that's not any sort of a huge high or anything, I don't believe. Let's take a look. It seemed to me like it was, it was up here around a high of 92.76. So right now we're at 92.47. The euro US dollar pair is down to $1.17.9. So that has been sinking. All right, as far as the accounts are concerned, everything's closed out except for these long-term trades here. ABX, we have a covered call on it. We'll take a peek at it. Not really concerned about profit and loss at this point. And GLD, I did roll to that March 123, so I rolled it up from 119. It was 119.50 or something like that. I rolled it up to, let's see if it's still in here. Nope, it's gone. Rolled it up. Let me take a look at that on the spreadsheet. Alright, here's the spreadsheet. Here's the trade on Friday. Roll at January 119.50 to March 123 for a total of $1.03. credit, and that's net. That's after buying back the January and then selling the March. The net was $1.03. So now if I get called out, it's at 123 right now. If I get called out at 123, I'm only going to use or lose 1.4%. Cost basis is down to 124.67. If you'll notice, we actually started out at 131.97. That's what we paid for GLD at that time back about a year and a half ago, August of 2013. So we've been whittling that down gradually with all these credits here and working that cost basis down. We are now at 124.67. So that's how a covered call is kind of supposed to work. We'll see if we can work out the same thing on ABX, which is Barrick Gold, another gold underlying. All right, this version of the spreadsheet is not uploaded yet because I haven't input this last week's numbers yet. And last week looks like probably a bit of a stumble, or maybe more like running into a brick wall out of the starting blocks for 2015. I think I'm going to be come out down about 450 or so. It's not a pretty way to start the year, but you know, we got a long ways to go for this year, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun. All right, let's start with the scan right off the bat here. Apple, we are in, what did the market do? I forgot what it did. Let's take a look at Friday. All right, gapped up at the open and then pulled back in the morning and flattened out in the afternoon as everybody went home, I guess you might say. So Apple kind of did the same thing, followed the market, gap up, pulled back, had a serious pullback, and then did recover a tad in the afternoon. But it is what it is, so we have to say that we are now in a setup on Apple. And we said the same thing on Friday, so we're waiting for our triggers. All right, next up, we'll just take a quick peek at ABX, see how we're doing. Let's see here, we have a July 13 that we got a 69-cent credit for. Cost basis 1020 is down here. Bought it here, cost basis is down here. Okay, we're just kind of keeping an eye on this. And we have an alert set up here just in case it makes a big move up. We want to maybe roll it. We had Amazon here that is in a pretty strong downtrend. I'm going to put an alert on this for something other than a 50 delta. I think that that might be attractive for today, especially with the market gapping, looking like it's going to gap up. And if Amazon moves down, then it's definitely a prime, and no pun intended, candidate here. So let's throw an alert in. And it's going to be at or below. There. Now we have an alert. So why, oh great guru, it didn't hit the target? Well, there's a lot of indications here that Amazon is very, very weak. And there's been a lot taken out of its sales, and it looks like it's going to continue. It's in a pretty strong downtrend, if you ask me. This is a nice little flag here. Nice little bear flag. And I've shown you flags before. I'll show you another one. Here's the flag pole, and here is the flag. So that's why we call that a bear flag, because it's in a bearish direction. All right, so that one's looking pretty good. Boeing, oops, I don't have to do that anymore. Boeing, still don't know really what it's doing, so let's take a pass on that. BABA we had on our chart for Friday, but since I don't do any charts really, we are now in an alert situation here, so let's throw an alert on this puppy. Oops, wrong thing there. Just a right click on the chart to create an alert at or below. Moving right along, BIDU. We had, this is not alertable, but it's still in a, well, it might be alertable. I think we're going to get a hook down on a MACD if price moves down here, so we'll throw an alert on this one too. At or below. Alright, Chipotle. Still, like, I think I've been to a Chipotle restaurant once. That's it. Can't get my wife to go in there. Don't exactly know why. I think she might have had a bad experience the one time that we went. I think that it was in a bad area or a perceived bad area or something. But anyway, we're looking pretty strong here. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we were pretty strong. Now we're going to have to set up a new target over here. It's making a nice strong move up right now. Now, we don't have to necessarily come all the way down. Just because this thing is really moving well. Let's take a look at Costco. This is where our play from last week was here, a little overnighter. Didn't like me on that one, so that was a kind of a big loser, although not really all that bad. We only lost 42 cents on that one. So we have to go back to the drawing board, I guess you might say, on Costco here. I think we were definitely a day late and $1 short on entry on that one. Definitely too late. So go to school on that one. Too late, too late. Alright, but we're still looking here. Let's give me a little target maker here. So we're looking for something down around there. Let's take a look at the Dow. Let's see what happens when it comes back up here. It may just move up there today. Let's see what happens if we get, if this definitely proves out to be resistance there on the Dow. GLD, have my information in here. Cost basis 124.67. This is where the call is at. So I'll keep an eye on that one. Google. Oh, Google. Yes. This definitely was a late or bad entry on that. Took my lumps. Google lost a lot. $250, $2.48 on that puppy. So I had some bad trades the end of last week, and I took a licking. So now we're targeting up here, and we have to be better timed with our target, because I know I was talking about this. Oh, this really looks weak, blah blah blah, and it got me, and it got me good. So took lumps on that one. LinkedIn. I'm still trying to read what's going on here with LinkedIn, so I'll take a pass on that. Mini NASDAQ. Probably going to be moving up, but the timing's not good on that one. And NDX, the NASDAQ itself, same thing, same story. No need to look at both of them. That's just if you want to get in a little bit cheaper, maybe a little bit less risk, possibly. We should compare the two sometime for credit and risk. Netflix, we're struggling with this one, but we did manage to make 41 cents on it. I couldn't take it on Friday. I had to get out. I was afraid. I didn't know where it was going to close. It was just, like hanging around this strike, and it was driving me nuts. The strike was 330, and it needed to be below that. And it was just staying right at the 330 level, and I was going crazy. So I got out of it, still made a little bit. Now we have earnings coming up. So now we have a new story. But really in reality, we have a setup here. You want to look at it that way. Definitely a setup, and we could play this week, although IV is going to be increasing. So I think I'm going to stay away from this week. I'm going to take these all off of here. The week before earnings, don't want to necessarily trade it. Maybe do something like an iron condor on Monday. It says 120. 120 is Tuesday. So we have earnings on Tuesday. So I may want to maybe do an iron condor or something next week for an earnings play. OEX. Not exactly sure what it's trying to tell me here. So stay away from that. Overall, we are in a uptrend. So if I was to target anything, the target would be down here at this time. Price line. Alright. I waited as long as I could during the day on price line and took a $2.31 hit on that. It would have ended up being a total loss anyway, because the short was here at 10.50 and we ended up at 10.51.96. So I saved 2 cents or so on that one, I believe, maybe a whole nickel. So now we have to, well, we still have our target up here, but I would much prefer a cleaner ride up rather than this little squiggle here. And we'll see how that works out. If and when it moves up, we'll take a look at it. I'll get rid of this one. Russell. This good thing is now that we're past price line, I don't have to talk about losers anymore. Russell didn't get in on that, but did get in on SPX, and that was a nice little trade. I don't know if I talked about it on Friday or not, but I opened it on Thursday and closed it on Thursday, so that was a good trade. Probably could have done the same thing on Russell, so I'm going to slide this puppy over. I'm sure we're going to get a nice gap up today. SPX. Yep, that was a good one. I had a limit order set and got me out at just at a nice little profit. So we're going to start over and look for another entry here. We're probably going to get a nice little gap up here. And if we get a nice gap up, I might be looking for a counter trend trade, counter at least to the weekly. But it looks like as though we have a nice wave going on here. And some other stocks are looking like that, but this one we can grab some money out of pretty quickly. Tesla. Tesla's still struggling. I think we might have missed the boat on this particular one. We are going to slide this out a little bit and look for a bigger delta range there. And last but not least is Visa. And Visa, we have a nice wave pattern going on here too. I'm not exactly sure that overall it's in kind of an uptrend, but the last couple of weeks it's been down, as we can see here. Yeah, I'm going to take that off of there. I have enough. I don't need more. I don't need to add any more risk to what I'm already doing. So for today we have alerts on AMZN, Alibaba, and BIDU, and we have a setup on Apple. So that should be enough for today. So you have a great day. Hope you had a good weekend. And if you are following any of the pro football teams that played over the weekend, my team won. And let's see if you can guess what my team is. If I remember, I'll tell you tomorrow. But my team won, so I'm happy. And here's a hint: they're going to limp into the championship, divisional championship. Key is the word limp. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day, and most of all, happy trading.